this video is solving word problems involving factoring polynomials. Katulad ng sinabi ko sa inyo sa nakaraang video, ito naman ang pag-aaralan natin, problem solving. Pero bago yan, dapat muna tayong maging handa sa pagsosolve. Ibig kong sabihin, dapat mabalikan muna natin ang mga ipapakita ko sa inyo na aralin bago tayo sumabak sa problem solving. Pakiusap, huwag niyong i-skip ang mga bahaging ito kasi hindi madaling intindihin ang mga problem na ipapakita ko sa inyo mamaya kung i-skip nyo agad. Tandaan na ang aim kaya dapat panoorin ito ay hindi lang para magkaroon ng sagot sa activity, kundi para maintindihan nyo ang lesson na ito. O siya, simulan na natin. First, we have to understand translating words and phrases into algebraic expressions. Dito, ang mga salita ay nagiging algebraic expression. Let us review the keywords and phrases for each operation or algebraic expression. For addition, we have plus, more than, sum, total, increased, and added. For subtraction, we have minus, less than, difference, less, decreased, subtracted. For multiplication, we have times, product, twice, double, multiplied by, and of. For division, we use quotient, divided by, and the ratio of. For powers, we use the square of, squared, the cube of, or cubed. We also have this equals. Equals, is the same as, yields, and amounts to. Let us now try translating these phrases. Pwede kang kumuha ng papel para maisulat mo ng mabilis kung ano yung algebraic expression. So, una, a number plus 3. Ano kaya yan? Ang sagot ay x plus 3. Yung x ang nagsilbing number. Letter gagamitin natin, hindi kahit anong number, dahil di natin alam anong value yung number na sinasabi. Tapos, syempre, plus 3. Kaya, x plus 3. Next, the product of 14 and a number. Product. Anong operation yung tinutukoy kapag product? Yes, multiplication. Kaya the product of 14 and a number is translated as 14x. X ulit ang ginamit doon sa hindi alam na value ng number. Ito, madali. The square of a number. O sinabi na, square. Kaya mag-i-square ka lang ng isang variable. Dito, d ang ginamit na variable, kaya d squared. Ma'am, bakit po hindi x squared? Kasi, nasa iyo yan kung anong variable ang gusto mong gamitin. Eh, yung iba kasi, gusto talaga lagi x ang ginagamit na letter. The fourth one is for less than a number. Anong operation naman ang tinutukoy kapag less? Mas mababa, di ba? So, this is subtraction. A minus 4. A ang ginamit na variable para sa number. Eh, ang sabi, mas mababa ng 4 kaysa dun sa number. Kaya, babawasan natin ng 4 yung A. Kaya, naging A minus 4. Ito naman, 10 more than a number. More naman. Ibig sabihin, ang operation para rito ay addition. Kaya, M plus 10. M naman ang ginamit na variable. How about twice a number? Twice, ibig sabihin, dalawang beses or multiplied by 2. Kaya ang expression para rito ay 2x. Kung anong choice niyong variable, kung gusto niyo W yung number, edi 2W. Ito naman, 7 less than a number equals 10. Ang mas mababa raw ng 7 kaysa sa isang number ay equal sa 10. Kunwari, x ang number, edi mas mababa ng 7 kaysa sa number, kaya x minus 7. Tapos, idugtong natin ng equals 10, kaya x minus 7 equals 10. Gets? Next, 3 times a number is negative 6. Kitang-kita, times. Kunwari, x ulit variable natin, edi 3 times a number, 3x. Tapos, yung is dito ay equals din. Kaya 3x equals negative 6. For the next phrase, 9 less a number. Binawasan si 9 ng isang number. Kaya ang expression ay 9 minus k. Take note of the difference between less and less than. Lastly, the quotient of a number and 7. Quotient is answer in division. Kaya x over 7 o kaya x divided by 7. So, tapos na tayo sa translating phrases to algebraic expressions. Na-refresh ba yung lesson na yon? Okay. So, the next thing you have to be prepared of is setting an equation equal to 0. How do we set up an equation equal to 0? For example, we have 5a squared equals 15a. Para maging equal to 0, dapat ma-eliminate or mawala yung terms sa right side. Paano yun? Add the inverse of the said terms to both sides of the equation. Katulad dito sa example natin, ang nasa right side ay 15a. Gusto nating mawala si 15a, kaya mag-a-add tayo sa both sides of the equation ng negative 15a. Bakit? Pag pinag-plus natin ang 15a at negative 15a, ito ay magiging equal to 0. Kaya ang 5a squared equals 15a kanina, naging 5a squared minus 15a equals 0. Parang nilipat lang si 15a pero nabago yung sign. Another example para mas maging malinaw. Mamaya kasi gagawin natin to sa pagsosolve ng word problems. So, 3x squared equals 2x minus 3. Dalawang terms ang nasa right. Silang dalawa ang babasihan nyo ng additive inverse. So, ang inverse ng 2x ay negative 2x at ang inverse ng negative 3 ay positive 3. So, both sides dapat i-add. 2x minus 3 has been eliminated and our equation set equal to 0 is 3x squared minus 2x plus 3 equals 0. Yan, sana nagets nyo. Basta laging dadagdagan ng additive inverse ang polynomial na gusto mong i-eliminate para maging equal to 0. Next na dapat nyong malaman, mapaghandaan bago mag-solve ng word problems sa factoring ay tips in solving word problems. Meron tayong RE-SSS. Ano yung RE-SSS? First, for R, representations. Make representations. Yung mga pinag-uusapan sa problem, a-assignan natin ng variable. Next, E, equations. Set up necessary equations. Gamit yung mga representation na ginawa mo na at yung natutunan mo sa translating words and phrases to algebraic expressions, magse-set up ka ng equation na makakatulong ma-solve ang problem. Another tip, S, substitute. May instances na talagang magsa-substitute tayo ng values. Makikita nyo yan mamaya. Isa pang tip, S ulit, simplify, do necessary simplification. At sa huli, S pa rin, sense. So ask yourself, does my final answer make sense in the context of the problem? Let's go. Let us now solve word problems involving factoring polynomials. First problem. The area of a square is numerically equal to twice its perimeter. Find the length of a side of the square. To solve word problems, una, make representations. Since ang pinag-uusapan natin dito ay area ng square at perimeter, so sila ang lalagyan natin ng representations. Ang area, let us set this as A. For perimeter, let us set this as P. Now, let us set up an equation. The area of a square is equal to twice its perimeter. So, A equals 2P. After mag-set up ng equation, magsa-substitute tayo ng values para makapag-solve tayo. Remember that the formula to get the area of a square is S squared. Kaya yung A natin, papalitan natin ng S squared. Then, the formula for perimeter of a square is 4S. Kaya yung P natin, papalitan natin ng 4s. Yung 2p magiging 2 times 4s or 8s. So our final equation is s squared equals 8s. Then, magsisimplify na tayo. S squared equals 8s. Set the equation equal to 0. Ito yung ginawa natin kanina. So, unwanted si positive 8s sa right side, kaya we add negative 8s. The equation became s squared minus 8s equals 0. Let's factor this as s times the quantity s minus 8. Why? Because of the greatest common monomial factor. Now, let us equate both factors to 0. Ayon kasi sa zero property, kapag ang product ay 0, ibig sabihin isa sa mga factors ay 0. Pwedeng 0 times yung isang factor or yung isa pang factor times 0. So, paghiwalayin na natin yung factors. Ang unang value natin ng s or side of a square is 0. Does it make sense? Magkaka-square ka ba na 0 ang measurement ng side? Hindi, di ba? Kaya hindi natin pipiliin ng 0 na value para sa s. Next factor is s minus 8. Ang gusto ko lang makuha ay value ng s, kaya i-eliminate ko ang negative 8 dito. I will add positive 8. So, ang value ng s ay 8. So, pwede naman na 8 ay measurement ng side ng square. Kaya that's our final answer. Next problem. The sum of the ages of father and son is 39. If the father's age is 3 less than the square of the son's age, how old are they? First, make representations. Ang pinag-uusapan dito ay age ng father at son. Kaya, let's represent father's age and son's age. Father's age is F and son's age is S. Next, set up an equation. Ang sabi po, the sum of the ages of father and son is 39. Sum, it means the operation is addition. Kaya F plus S equals 39. Then, for the substitution step, remember na sinabi rin sa problem na father's age is 3 less than the square of the son's age. So, yung F natin ay mas mababa ng 3 sa square ng son's age. Kaya F equals S squared minus 3. Then, wala namang description sa son's age, kaya mananatiling S lang gamit natin sa S. So, substitute natin sa F yung S squared minus 3. Yung equation natin ay nagiging S squared minus 3 plus S equals 39. Let us now set the equation equal to 0. We don't want 39 at the right side, so let's add negative 39. Naging 0 na ang right side. And our new equation is S squared minus 3 plus S minus 39. Let us combine like terms. Ang like terms lang naman dyan ay constant, so negative 3 plus negative 39 is equal to negative 42. So the equation becomes S squared plus S minus 42 equals 0. This is a general trinomial where a is equal to 1. Let us factor this. So s times s equals s squared. That is why we have the letter s for each factor. Then, what are the factors of negative 42 that add up to positive 1? We have positive 7 and negative 6. Therefore, the factors are the quantity s plus 7 and the quantity s minus 6. Let us now equate each factor to 0. S plus 7 equals 0 and S minus 6 equals 0. Let us solve S plus 7 equals 0. Ang gusto lang natin ay value ng S. Kaya let's add negative 7 to both sides of the equation. So S equals negative 7. Does it make sense na ang son's age ay negative 7? May negative bang age? Wala. Kaya di natin ito pipiliin. Next, let's solve S minus 6 equals 0. We just want S. So, add positive 6 to both sides. Therefore, S is equal to 6. This is a sensible value, so ibig sabihin, son's age is 6. For the father's age, let us substitute the value of s to the father's age. F equals s squared minus 3. S equals 6. That's why s squared becomes 6 squared. 6 times 6 equals 36. So 36 minus 3 is equal to 33. Therefore, the father's age is 33. Third problem. The square of a number equals 9 times that number. Find the number. For the representations, anong pinag-uusapang value? Diba number? So let us represent the number as x. Pwede naman kahit anong variable. Then for the equation, the square of a number, edi x squared equals 9 times that number, edi 9x. Then let us set the equation equal to 0. X squared equals 9x. Let us add negative 9x to make the right side 0. The equation becomes x squared minus 9x equals 0. This can be factored through greatest common monomial factor. The GCF is x. So x squared minus 9x is factored as x times the quantity x minus 9. Then, let us equate each factor to 0. Yung isang factor ay x, so x equals 0. This makes sense kasi pwede namang 0 yung number na pinag-uusapan sa problem. Kaya we accept 0 as the value of x. Then, x minus 9 equals 0. Let's add positive 9. X equals 9. This still makes sense. So, the number is equal to 0 and can also be equal to 9. Fourth problem. Suppose that 4 times the square of a number equals 20 times that number. What is the number? Representations ulit tayo. Ang pinag-uusapan lang dyan na value ay number lang. So let us represent the number as x. For the equation, 4 times the square of a number, edi 4x squared equals 20 times that number. 20 times that number is 20x. Same number pinag-uusapan kaya hindi tayo nagbago ng variable. So that's the equation. Let us set this as equal to 0. Let's eliminate 20x at the right by adding negative 20x to both sides of the equation. We now have 4x squared minus 20x equals 0. This is a type wherein the greatest common monomial factor is being derived. So the GCF of the terms is 4x. 4x squared divided by 4x is equal to x, and negative 20x divided by 4x is equal to 5. So we have 4x times the quantity x minus 5 is equal to 0. The two factors are 4x and the quantity x minus 5. Let us now equate both factors to 0. 4x equals 0, gusto lang natin ay x, so divide both sides of the equation by 4, kaya naging x equals 0. This again makes sense, kaya pipiliin pa rin natin na value ito ng x. Next, x minus 5 equals 0. Let's eliminate negative 5 by adding positive 5 to both sides, and that's it. X equals 5. This also makes sense. So again, we have two values for x. It's either 0 or 5. And for the last problem, twice the square of the sum of a number and 3 is 98. Find the number. Siyempre, representations ulit tayo. Ano lang ang pinag-uusapan? Number lang ulit. Kaya let us represent the number as x. Then for the equation, twice the square of the sum of a number and 3. Hindi lang to square of a number. Ang ini-square dito ay yung sum ng number and 3. Kaya we put x plus 3 as a quantity, nakaparenthesis siya, tapos siya yung in-square natin. At saka minultiply sa 2. Kaya naging ganito siya. Then sabi is, that is equals, then 98. Now, this is the equation. Pero mahirap mag-set ng equation to 0 kapag ganyan. Kaya simplify muna natin. Una, yung square of the sum of x and 3. Square of the quantity x plus 3 is the same as quantity x plus 3 times the quantity x plus 3. Gamitin na natin yung shortcut na pinag-aralan nyo dati. Square the first term, so x squared. Multiply the first and the second term, then double the product. Edi 3x times 2 is 6x. Then square the last term. 3 times 3 is 9. Kaya naging 2 times the quantity x squared plus 6x plus 9 equals 98. Now, pwede naman natin ma-divide si 98 by 2. Kaya divide na lang natin both sides of the equation by 2 para wala nang 2 sa labas ng parenthesis. The final equation now is x squared plus 6x plus 9 equals 49. Ayan, pwede na nating i-set up yung equation as equal to 0. Let us eliminate positive 49 sa right side. So let's add negative 49. The equation becomes x squared plus 6x plus 9 minus 49 o kaya negative 40 na lang. Then equals 0. X squared plus 6x minus 40 is a general trinomial where a is equal to 1. So let us factor it this way. Quantity x plus 10 and quantity x minus 4. Kasi 10 times negative 4 is negative 40. Pag pinag-add natin, magiging positive 6. Then, let us now equate both factors to 0. Ang unang factor is x plus 10. X plus 10 is equal to 0. Add negative 10 to both sides. So, x equals negative 10. Then, sunod na factor, x minus 4 equals 0. Add positive 4 to both sides, edi x equals 4. This also makes sense. So, x again has two values, negative 10 or 4. So, in summary, ang mga ginagawa natin sa pag-solve ay representation, equation, then set the equation to 0, tapos pag factorable na, i-factor, then equate each factor to 0, then simplify, at i-check sa huli which value makes sense. So, another lesson done for today. Thank you for listening. Bye!